Hi, Kyle Pierson here, back from Houston Horror Film Festival, one of the better film festivals I've been to. It's quite large. They take up the entire first floor of the hotel, the Marriott West Chase in Houston. They've got 70 plus movies and shorts that they show over the few days that they're open. Plenty of vendors with a lot of things. You're not seeing just, wall-to-wall Funko Pops. They have a lot of variety of merchandise. A lot of creative people come with some fan-made materials, which are excellent to see. And of course, you've got Linda Blair, the cast of Terrifier, a lot of celebrities making it a fun-filled few days in Houston. I caught two of the movies while I was there. The first one I didn't plan to see, and I almost didn't go to see it. My white ass saw a title that said McCONADILLA. That's what I thought it was. Turns out it's McCONADILLA. It's a combination of McConaughey and an armadillo with Dilla, the way that they pronounce it here in Texas. So it's McCONADILLA, and it is a puppet of an anaconda, not an anaconda, armadillo. I might not get through this video. This is like the 6th take I've already done trying to make this video. But the puppet talks like Matthew McConaughey. They never specifically say that, but it goes, all right, all right, all right. It's Matthew McConaughey they're shooting for him with this. The voice isn't there, but how he talks is very Matthew McConaughey. Anyway, this puppet becomes a serial killer. It's not necessarily a scary film, but it is a fun one. And once I realized that it was in English and not Spanish, I sat down for a couple hours and thoroughly enjoyed myself. And my wife enjoyed it too. It's one of those movies that afterward you talk about. It's quirky, it's cute, it's funny. There's some great acting in it. And the puppet himself actually does have his own social media channels. In the story, he reviews old classic horror movies like Night of the Living Dead, and just gets it in his brain that if you want people to get out of your life, just murder them. So, and the puppeteer himself is along for the ride. He's his right-hand man, if you will. Anyway, the other film I was there to see is the reason I went in the first place, called MEAT. This is a film by Roger Connors. It is an LGBTQ film. One of the things that they pointed out in the Q&A is for decades, ever since horror movies started, women are the subject. They're the ones that have to take all their clothes off. They're the ones always getting murdered in horrific ways, oftentimes while they're naked. And guys usually talk their wives and girlfriends into watching these movies, and they may or may not enjoy them, but I'm sure that they're tired of always seeing themselves naked on screen. This time around, roles are reversed. It's about some gay individuals who end up in a really bad situation, kind of like I Know What You Did Last Summer, but not exactly that. I don't want to give anything away. But anyway, there are a lot of naked men this time around. So the ladies out there, get yourself a copy of MEAT once it becomes available, and make your men watch it. And if they say, no, I'm not watching this, there's too much male sexuality in this movie, remind them of how many movies they made you watch that showcased naked women. So there you go there. The film itself, it is shot very well. It took the director 5 years to put this together through 3 Indigo campaigns. I was involved in the final campaign. You hear my voice just a little bit as a police dispatcher at one point, and there's a photo of me in the movie. I'm told it's in the movie. I missed it, so now I got to wait for it to come on so I can go and see if it's still there. But I was talking to Roger after the film. He was talking about my dog, and my dog is in that photo too. So I'm assuming since it's in there, I must have just been looking at a different part of the screen at the time. But it is very well shot, and there's one death scene in particular that is pretty cool. I haven't seen anything quite like this death scene since maybe Brightburn. And if this movie makes it in wide release, you're going to see Halloween costumes of the main killer in this particular film. This is a unique costume, and it can definitely go up with the Jason mask and the Freddy mask. If you see the poster, you're going to see the thing, but if not, you got to see the movie. It's quite. It's hard to, well, it's easy to describe. There's a bunch of studs all over it, but you don't get the feel for it without actually seeing it. So you want to check out the poster. And the character, although not mentioned in the movie, is known as the Stud. And that was in the Indigo campaign, so I'm not giving that away. But check out MEAT and McCONADILLA when you can. They're going to be hopefully touring some more film festivals, and if you can't catch them at the film festivals, hopefully the DVDs and Blu-rays are released soon. I'm Kyle Pierson. I'll be joining John Horton again for In the Spotlight in the coming weeks. Thanks for joining me.